All right, guys, we got an awesome video today, a video that has been searched for and looked for a couple months now at least. It's a review on the new Kirkland irons. Are they worth the money? Is it a real value?
Well, they're affordable, so they probably should be.
Yeah, but we're gonna get into all of that. Can they compete with the other big brands for to pitching wedge?
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so don't forget, if you're in the Denver, Colorado, you can come down and get fitted, area, I should say.
Yeah.
You can come get fitted in our showroom. We carry PXG, Cobra, Mizuno, Strixon, you know, a lot of the big guys.
We do not carry Kirkland. We can't fit you for Kirkland.
We cannot fit you for Kirkland. But also, if you know what you want and you're not local, or if you are, you can email us at golf@Embers Living right here, and we can get you hooked up with whatever you need.
Yeah, we can.
All right, so what do we know about Kirkland irons?
They are affordable.
$499.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they are strangely mysterious.
Mysterious.
Like, there's not a lot of info on them, right?
No. You can find some specs.
Show the camera one of those.
They look really good.
So here's the thing. Costco, Kirkland products, obviously are not really in the manufacturing business, and that's not just for golf. You know, a lot of their stuff is being made by another manufacturer and then being private labeled by other companies.
Yep.
We cannot figure out what company is making these clubs. There's nothing on the internet. They're actually pretty attractive, honestly.
They are, yeah. If you like that.
They're very chromy.
That chrome look, yeah.
But they are strangely familiar to the P790's that we reviewed aesthetically.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
Well, don't confuse, you'll never confuse the two.
No.
The P790, anything by Taylormade looks phenomenal.
Just the
actual overall shape.
The shape. It is a foam-filled club. You can see it right here on the box. We'll show you a picture of that. Forged face. That's pretty much all we know.
Only that little bit of the face is forged.
Yes, just the face is forged, and then the rest of the club is casted.
Yeah, it's got a tungsten weight, which the P790 also has.
Anyways, we're gonna hit them. We're gonna hit pitching wedge 7-iron and 4-iron or 5-iron?
Yeah, I think it's a 4-iron. It comes with maybe a 5.
We'll put them up against the P790 since that's what they look like the most aesthetically. You know, if you look on forums and stuff about where Costco clubs are made, they're made in Carlsbad, which is also Callaway's headquarters. And on Costco's website, they do sell Callaway products. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah.
So there's some rumors out there that they're made by Callaway, but that cannot be confirmed or denied. But they don't really look like an Apex iron or anything.
They do not.
So.
No, they look more like a Ping or a Taylormade for sure.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, yeah, like a G25 or something, they look like that. I'm not saying these are comparable to P790's or that even Taylormade's making them.
Yeah.
But since P790 is probably the most popular iron for mid-handicappers, it's a good model to test it against.
Only makes sense. Okay, so how we're gonna be rating these today is gonna be in 3 categories. The first is gonna be aesthetic or the looks of the club. That's gonna be rated 1 to 5. Then the most important category is gonna be performance. That's obviously the most important. So that's gonna be rated 1 to 10. And then the last category, the third category, is gonna be price point, where it falls. That's gonna be 1 to 5. And then the overall number obviously is where it falls.
All right, so while Tate's stickering those, the one thing I wanted to mention is this is a review for mid-handicappers. Tate and I are both mid-handicap golfers. He's down to the single digits, I'm a 14. So I think what's cool about the perspective we can give you guys is we're not really reviewing these how most equipment reviewers are, who are usually golf pros or scratch golfers. That is not us. So we're gonna give you some good feedback, and both of these are good products in our category. Now, I will say the biggest negative or con to buying a Kirkland golf club by far is the lack of options. So you have a stiff or regular flex, basically.
Right.
And this shaft does not exist in any of our shaft matrix. It's a Elevate 115 gram stiff flex, which I think is, I don't even know who makes that.
I don't know.
Have to look that up.
But the hard thing is like, yes, you could get these custom fitted, but by the time you go out and do that, you buy the new shafts, you put the heads on the shafts, now you're at the cost of a normal set.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a big con.
So they're obviously geared towards a budget golfer who doesn't really care about specs too much.
Yeah. As far as specs that they're looking at stiffer.
But no adjustments in shafts, anything like that. So
other than that leather.
Even if you don't like the grips, like, and you go get these re-gripped, you're going to spend $100.
Yeah, $115.
$150. So now you're up to $650. So I'll give you my opinion at the end after we hit them, if I think they are worth it. But you're just not getting a lot of options. Stiff or regular flex, that's it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, a lot of golfers feel like that's sufficient, but it really isn't when you're doing a good proper iron fitting and spending good money on new clubs. But at over half the price off, we'll see. So we're at altitude, 5280. So normally I like my pitching wedge carrying about 145, 146, about 150 rollout. These are, you know, a little bit stronger lofted, not as much in the pitching wedge. Both pitching wedges are 45 degrees. So this is definitely more of a distance, not so much in the pitching wedge, but the set itself is targeted towards gaining distance, I feel like. But let's just see. All right, I finished the pitching wedge. Not in love with it. Now, this is where I really struggled with it. This is where it's really catered to the individual. So for example, being 6'3", being taller, I play 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch long clubs to get me more upright. And I also play 2 degrees upright on the toe. So buying a stock set is more of a disadvantage for someone like me that plays things a little bit more custom. And like Tate said, now I go get these lengthened or get them reshafted with the shaft I need. Now I'm back in
at least $100 a shaft is what you're looking.
So whereas Tate, I feel like will do better. He plays flat with stock length. So it's a little more suited to his setup, a little bit better out of the box, if that makes sense.
Yeah. First looks, it's very shiny. They're like glistening.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the way they look at a dress, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Feel doesn't feel terrible.
No, I caught that one thin, so it didn't feel great. But so my pitching wedge I want carrying, similar to Trevor, 148, somewhere in there, just around 150, with about 9,000 spin, ideally.
I don't know, the shaft feels a little heavy too with that club head in it. Like a foam-filled club is usually not a very light head anyways. And then you put a heavy shaft in it also.
Yeah.
I don't know, I didn't feel comfortable with it the whole time. But a lot of that, obviously, if I were to get fitted into a set of Kirklands, I could perform much better than one out of the box, which totally defeats the purpose. So far, off of my gut feeling, not in love. All right, so Taylormade P790's. This is not gonna be apples to apples the way we want it because we're playing a dynamic gold 105 gram shaft, so a lighter shaft, still 45 degrees though. So.
But in all fairness, real quick, in all fairness, both of these sets are
stock sets.
Straight out of the box. So
Yes.
we bought these from Golf Galaxy, no customs, no tweaks, just bought them stiff shaft, just the same as our Kirkland. So off the shelf, it should be pretty similar.
Oh, this feels better. This definitely feels better. Much better feel. But still stock length and all that. All right, so their 7-iron is 31 degrees, which is a very strongly lofted 7-iron. So obviously the set is built for more distance. So in Colorado, I like my 7-iron finishing about 180. So at sea level, it'd probably be like 165 or so. So we set the green to 200 just to see. The head feels very heavy with the Kirkland and a little damp, like a dampening effect. You know what I mean? It's not feeling real springy to me.
Yeah.
All right, P790 time. Obviously same thing, much more aesthetically pleasing. Very strong lofted too, I think it's 30.5. Oh, and just feels so much better. Oh man, that sound nuked. Does it feel better than the Kirkland 7?
Yeah, it does. And it's honestly, the Kirkland, every time you hit the Kirkland, it seems like there's a click. Where like it's very clicky, the sound. This is much more softer. You hear the forged. You can hear the forged in the Taylormade.
All right, 4-iron time. Pitching wedge and 7-iron have not gone well for me. So would it be safe to assume it's not like the 4-iron is going to magically do well?
No, it's not.
Probably not.
But. Well, if any of the clubs is going to do well, it's not going to be the 4-iron. Are you kidding me?
Who would have known I would just hit laser beams with this 4-iron?
That's your new driving iron.
I've hit every one just pure.
That's your Scotland 4-iron.
It's 252 yards.
That's a joke.
252 yard 4-iron. I don't hit my 4-iron 252.
No. The tops of the grips are loose. Do you notice that?
No.
Doesn't matter. Like just grab the tip of that and twist it.
Oh, that's. Yep.
Go ahead. You said that's 3 times. It's
loose.
Very loose. Now,
look at it in camera. You can see it twisting.
the whole top of the club, the grip is, obviously that's a very easy fix.
But it's still going to cost you 15 bucks.
Yeah, but you on YouTube.
Costco has a great return policy though.
Yeah, you guys on YouTube, let me know if that's been a common problem that you've seen doing your research, or if that's just this set, maybe that just had some bad tape or something. Finally, I hit a good one. All right, let's see if Trevor's trend, 790's trend, is officially over with how he nuked that 4-iron.
There we go. All right, so we're not going to go through the data because we'll talk about it a little bit on our experience. It was all over the place. Essentially, I literally could not hit the Kirkland pitching wedge or 7-iron.
Yep.
But I was nuking that 4-iron.
Yeah.
And then the absolute reverse was true with the P790.
Yeah.
I was all over the flagstick with the pitching wedge and 7-iron and couldn't hit the 4-iron. Now, here's what I will say. They are both well suited for mid-handicappers.
Yeah.
Both irons are very forgiving. I was towing a lot of balls and they do a good job of getting the ball in the air. They're stronger lofted irons, so they're definitely meant for distance. They go a little bit further than I would like, both iron sets. But now let's get down to the nitty gritty between the two as far as performance, looks, and dollars, or dollar amount.
First of all, your handwriting is absolutely terrible.
I know. So we got this new toy. The problem is I'm left-handed, and so on an actual piece of paper, I actually rest my hand on paper.
I don't think that has anything to do with being left-handed, though. I definitely set too.
No, most righties don't.
Really?
Yeah, move this over for me a little bit here. There we go. Now I'm talking. So
most righties don't put their hand on the paper?
I don't think so. Sure? I can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure.
They can.
So let's save performance for last because that's 1 out of 10, right? So dollar or budget.
Let's do this real quick.
Yeah, you take over writing for me. Budget-wise, I mean, there's no reason. We know that they're both going to get a score of 5 on the budget, right? So I've never seen a brand new iron set that looks that good, that performs pretty solid. Yeah. For $499.
There's absolutely nothing that's going to compete with that. Yeah.
Okay, looks.
Looks 1 out of 5. I'd give them a 3.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd give them a 2. Okay. And the only reason I just can't get past how chromy they are. They're way too shiny for me. Your 2s are kind of fancy. Yeah.
They struggle. They struggle with that chromeness. Because one, it makes the top line.
I thought you were talking about your 2s.
No, sorry.
They struggle
They definitely make the top line look bigger just because there's more gloss and more finish. Even though you have this right here is part of that forged face. So that section is matte, but here, and then any glimpses you catch back here are all glossy.
Yeah. So performance, what do you give it?
Performance, 1 out of 10. I'd probably give them a 6.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go 5.
Okay, tell me why.
because I couldn't hit them.
Yeah. Okay.
And they just didn't feel as good as the Taylormades. Now, here's my caveat though. They're a 5, but if you could actually get those fitted, I think they could turn into a 7 or 8, possibly. Yeah. You know, they could go up there.
Absolutely. Because one, you have to think about getting fitted. You have kick point, you have spin, you have launch angle. All of that is in the shaft.
Yep.
So the club head doesn't have to change a whole lot for you to really ramp that up, and then that's all going to correlate to better feel if it's doing all of those things.
Yeah. So that's our rating system. Now we didn't actually rate the Taylormades because this isn't necessarily a comparison video, but the Taylormade would take it in every category except dollar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And here's going to be my take. May I give my take?
Go ahead.
So if you are in the market for an iron set and you're thinking about a Play It Against Sports or buying a buddy set out of his garage, that's his old set, or taking a hand-me-down from your dad, the Kirkland is going to have that huge sweet spot because you're getting a lot of the benefits of all of these clubs that big manufacturers are giving as far as the urethane, the tungsten weight, the forged face, at what you're going to spend on a used set somewhere else that's not fitted for you anyway. That's where I think the Kirkland set is going to be money. It's going to be so much better than a 9-year-old set from Play It Against Sports with stocks, you know, shafts and everything in it anyway. You're getting a brand new set.
Yeah. On the flip side of that, I would say my flip argument would be like, let's say you're kind of a little more particular about your shaft. Like, let's say the 115 gram shaft, you know, is going to be too heavy for you, and your lighter swing speed, you know, and you need a 100 grain shaft or a 105 degree shaft. You could probably find like a 2019 set of P790's with more options to look for your shaft and probably spend $400.
Yeah, but the regular Flex, I don't know what the weightage is on that.
That's true.
Here's the other thing. If you're taking golf seriously, the other half of my take, if you're taking golf seriously and you're ready to go up from that, hey, I've just been dipping my toe the last 3 seasons, now I'm ready to commit to a brand new set, yes, it's going to be maybe twice or even 3 times the money for some of these iron sets. If you're about to invest all that money for $60, $70, $80 green fees, you're about to start taking trips around golf, I think it's worth the investment to get a set that's fitted to you. It changes your game.
Yes. And like, let's say we fit you for a set of P790's. No matter what shaft we put you in, it's the same price as buying a stock set, unless you're going into a shaft upgrade or something like that.
But you have choice of 60 different shafts at stock pricing.
Yes. So, and you're not going to spend any more than a stock set. So that's why I really put an emphasis, especially for irons, well, really all clubs. It's worth the money to get fitted because a lot of times you aren't paying anything extra than you would off the shelf at Golf Galaxy anyways. Now at the $499 price point, I don't know. Now here's the other thing. Costco's sold out of them, right?
Yes.
So they're going on eBay for $800 or $900. At that price, it is not worth it.
That's not worth it.
No.
It's not worth $800 or $900 because you can get a Mizuno set, a Taylormade set. You know, you can get, they're not going to be the highest end that these companies make, but you can get an iron set for right around $1,000 or less than. And
lastly, this is just me out of principle. I just, you know, growing up, living at Costco with our mom, she always took us there.
Yeah.
I just don't know if want to have something in my golf bag that says Kirkland real big on it.
But if you're a weekend warrior, you're playing once a month.
But I'd almost rather, personally, I'd rather have something say Taylormade on it that I bought used.
Sure.
Rather than buying this brand new that says Kirkland.
Yeah. Just but then you have that guy that's on the flip side of the coin that wants to come out and beat you
with his
and
Kirklands.
have a Kirkland
Yes.
club. So there's going to be guys on both sides of that coin.
That's true. So give us your thoughts on the Kirklands.
Yeah. Overall, budget-wise, they're phenomenal.
I think they're really, really good for the money, but I think if you want options, they're not a great option.
Yeah. If you're serious about golf, you can spend just a little bit more money and get something great.
We'll see you guys next time.